Welcome to the Baboom Baboom podcast, your go-to source for expert tips on car stereo installation, vehicle wiring, and all things wiring related. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just getting started, we've got the advice to help you power up your ride. Get ready to crank up the volume on your knowledge and make your next wiring project a success.
Okay, let's untangle this. You've invested in a fantastic home audio experience, right?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's that immersive surround sound for movie nights, or the pure fidelity of a 2-channel setup for your vinyl.
Or even a full-blown home theater. Amazing sound.
Amazing sound, exactly. But then your eyes wander,
Hmm.
and suddenly you see it. It's like this nest of wires.
The spaghetti monster behind the TV stand. Yeah, we've all been there.
It just kills the whole aesthetic, doesn't it?
Ah.
So today we're diving into practical, actually kind of ingenious ways to hide those home audio wires. Get that clean, professional look.
And it's interesting, it's not just about looks, though that's a big part of it, of course.
Right.
Smart wire management, well, it can actually help your system perform better and last longer.
How so?
Well, when wires aren't all tangled up, they're less likely to get damaged, kinked or pulled accidentally. Plus, less chance of picking up unwanted electrical interference.
Ah, okay. So it's good for the sound and the visuals. Makes sense.
Exactly. A smooth flow for everything.
And we know you listening want solutions, but maybe without needing an engineering degree to figure it out.
Right. Practical stuff.
Consider this your fast track, your shortcut to getting really savvy about managing those cables. We'll cover planning, raceways, even going inside walls.
Furniture hacks, wireless options.
Yeah, and even some decorative tricks you might not have thought of. And, of course, keeping it all organized.
So where do we kick things off? Planning seems like the logical first step, doesn't it? Before you even connect anything.
Absolutely agree. One of the big takeaways we found is just how critical that upfront strategic planning is. It sounds simple, but
It's so often overlooked. People get excited, get the gear home, and just start plugging things in.
I've been there. But taking that moment first, thinking about the layout, where are the speakers going, the amp, the sub.
Actually sketching out the room, maybe on paper, or even just mentally tracing where the cables need to run, that's foundational.
It helps you spot problems, right? Like realizing a speaker cable needs to cross a doorway.
Precisely. Or that your ideal speaker placement is miles from a power outlet. Planning helps you optimize before you commit.
And that idea of keeping wire runs short and direct, that came up a lot.
Yeah, that's key for signal quality. Think about it, the less distance the audio signal has to travel down a wire.
The less chance for it to degrade or pick up noise.
Exactly. Long cables, especially unshielded ones, can sometimes act like little antennas grabbing interference. Shorter, cleaner runs just minimize those risks.
Okay, good tip. And another practical one was about power outlets. Putting your gear near existing outlets seems obvious, but
It avoids those super long, ugly power strips and extension cords snaking across the room. Another source of clutter.
and grouping cables together from the start. Genius.
Oh, definitely. Instead of 5 individual wires heading in the same general direction, bundle them.
Makes it look neater immediately.
And way easier if you need to change something later. Imagine tracing one wire in a tangled mess versus a neat bundle.
Okay, so, lesson learned. Plan, plan, plan. It makes hiding the wires easier and makes the whole room look and sound better. Right, so the plan's in place. What are some actual methods?
Well, one of the most popular and frankly easiest methods we saw mentioned is using cable raceways, or sometimes called wire molding.
Yeah, I've seen those. The plastic channels.
Usually plastic, sometimes metal. They basically stick or screw onto your wall or baseboard, even the ceiling sometimes. You tuck the wires inside and snap a cover on.
And they hide the wires along the surface. Pretty neat.
Very neat. And a big plus is that they're often paintable.
Oh, right. So you can make them blend right into the wall color. That's a huge advantage for aesthetics.
Totally. Installation is generally simple too. Measure, cut the raceway, stick it on, or maybe use a few small screws, pop the wires in, snap the cover shut. Done.
Sounds very DIY friendly. And perfect for rooms that are already finished, right? If you're adding a system later and don't want to cut holes.
Exactly. It's ideal for retrofitting, a massive step up from just letting wires hang loose. It gives that finished, intentional look.
Okay, raceways are a solid option. But what if you want the wires to completely vanish? Like, totally invisible?
Well, that usually means going in wall or in ceiling.
Right. That sounds like the ultimate clean look.
Yeah.
But also, maybe a bit more daunting.
It is. Definitely more effort, requires more care, but the visual payoff is significant. It's the truly professional finish.
Need top-quality electrical wire? Baboom Baboom's got you covered. Get your 6-pack today. Each combo comes in 6 different colors and a total of 600 feet of wire. Perfect for any project, and you won't find a better price in the industry. Head over to baboombaboom.com now to snag yours. That's baboombaboom.com.
So how does that work, basically?
The basic idea is you cut small access holes in the drywall behind your gear and where the speakers will be. Then you use something called fish tape.
Fish tape, like for fishing.
Sort of. It's a long, flexible, but stiff wire or fiberglass rod. You feed it through the wall cavity from one hole to the other, attach your audio cables to the end, and then pull them back through the wall.
Okay, I can picture that. Definitely trickier than sticking a raceway on the wall.
It is, and there are important considerations, like using a conduit protective tubing inside the wall or using special fire-rated cable, often called CL2 or CL3 rated.
For safety and building codes, probably.
Absolutely. Safety first, always check local codes, and definitely turn off the power to any nearby electrical outlets before you start drilling or fishing wires.
Good point. Very important.
And then you use special wall plates at the entry and exit points. Some have brushes to let wires pass through neatly, others have built-in connectors, like for speaker terminals. Keeps it looking tidy.
And labeling. I saw that mentioned too.
Oh, label everything, please.
Hose.
Future you will thank you profusely if you ever need to troubleshoot or upgrade. Trust me on this.
Okay, so in-wall, cleanest look, but more complex. Labeling is key.
Right.
And what about people who aren't comfortable cutting into walls?
Yeah, that's a common concern. And honestly, if you're hesitant at all about cutting into drywall or dealing with potential obstructions inside walls, hiring a professional installer is often the smartest move.
Right. They know the codes, have the right tools, and can avoid costly mistakes or, worse, safety issues.
Exactly. Sometimes paying a pro saves money and headaches in the long run. But okay, let's say power tools and cutting walls are just not your thing.
Are there easier ways? Simpler options?
For sure. Don't underestimate the power of hiding wires behind furniture and using your room's decor.
Ah, the strategic camouflage approach.
Pretty much. Your couch, your entertainment center, bookshelves. These big pieces are perfect for blocking the view of cables running along the floor or wall.
So you just route the wires behind them?
Yep. And you can use little cable clips, the kind with adhesive backs or maybe some hooks stuck to the back or underside of the furniture. Keeps the wires tidy back there and stops them sagging into view.
Clever. Keep them pinned up and out of sight.
And if you do need to cross an open bit of floor, say from the sofa to a side table for a rear speaker,
Under the rug.
under the rug,
Yeah.
an area rug or even a runner can make those wires completely disappear. Simple, but really effective.
I like that. It's using what you already have.
Yeah.
Plus, no drilling, no permanent changes. Easy to switch things around later if you move furniture.
Exactly. Very flexible, very low impact. Now, speaking of less wiring, we should probably touch on wireless audio, shouldn't we?
Yeah, the dream of high-fidelity sound with, like, almost no wires visible. It's appealing.
Hugely appealing for a minimalist look, but there's a key thing to remember.
Which is?
Even wireless speakers usually aren't completely wireless. They almost always still need a power cable unless they're battery operated, which is less common for high-performance systems.
Ah, right. So they get the audio signal wirelessly, but still need juice from the wall? Good point.
Right.
So fewer wires, but not zero wires.
Exactly. And the performance of wireless, well, it really hinges on having a strong, stable connection, Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, whatever it uses. Interference from other devices can be an issue sometimes.
Like microwave ovens or other wireless gadgets?
Yeah, or just a weak signal in that part of the house that can lead to dropouts, maybe reduced sound quality. You need a solid network. And different wireless technologies like Bluetooth codecs or Wi-Fi standards can impact sound quality too.
So it's not always plug and play perfect. Something to consider.
Yeah.
But what about mixing wired and wireless?
Hybrid setups. That's actually a really smart approach we've seen.
How does that work?
Well, you might keep your main front speakers, your left, right, center wired for the absolute best, most reliable performance.
Okay.
But then use wireless for the rear surround speakers, or maybe the subwoofer. Those placements are often harder to run wires to discreetly anyway.
I see. So you get the best of both worlds. Top quality where it matters most, but less cable clutter overall, especially running wires to the back of the room.
Precisely. It's a great compromise. reduces the wire spaghetti significantly while maintaining critical performance.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So we've covered hiding wires,
Mm.
behind things, inside things. What about hiding them in plain sight, but making it look good?
Right. That brings us to decorative cord covers and similar solutions. These are designed to be seen, but to look like part of the room's trim.
Oh, interesting. Like instead of a plain plastic channel, something fancier.
Exactly. Think of cord covers designed to mimic the look of baseboards or crown molding or maybe floor trim. They serve the function of hiding wires, but they do it stylishly.
Wow, okay, so you're not just hiding, you're integrating. What kinds of things are available?
All sorts. We've seen paintable flat covers that you can match perfectly to your wall, channels with a faux wood grain finish to match furniture or floors,
Nice.
even flexible protectors for floor runs that look more like intentional threshold strips than just a cable cover.
That's really clever. So the wire management becomes part of the decor itself.
Exactly. You choose a style that fits your room and it just blends in, looks like it was always meant to be there. Function meets form.
Okay, love that idea.
Yeah.
Now, let's say you've done it. You've used raceways, or gone in-wall, or hidden things behind the sofa. The wires are out of sight. Job done. Or is there one last step?
One crucial last step, or maybe an ongoing practice: bundling and labeling, even for hidden wires.
Ah, okay. Why is that important if you can't see them anyway?
Because eventually you will need to deal with them again, maybe troubleshooting an issue, upgrading a component, even just dusting back there.
Right. And you don't want to be faced with that same tangled mess, even if it's hidden.
Precisely. Trying to figure out which black cable goes to which black boxes. Frustrating. So using something like Velcro cable ties, they're reusable and gentle on the wires.
Better than zip ties that you have to cut.
Yeah, less risk of damaging the cable insulation. And using simple labels. Color-coded ones work great, or just little wraparound tags saying subwoofer in or speaker left.
Makes sense. Saves so much time later.
Huge time saver. And maybe even using cable management sleeves. These are like fabric or plastic tubes that you wrap around a bundle of wires. Gives it a single neat look, even behind the rack.
So organization behind the scenes is key for long-term sanity.
Absolutely. It prevents tangles, makes changes easy, and helps protect your investment in those cables.
Okay, so wrapping this all up, achieving that clean, professional audio setup really comes down to planning first, then picking the right hiding technique, or maybe a mix of techniques.
Yeah, whether it's the easy route with raceways or furniture, the sleek look of in-wall, maybe a hybrid wireless approach, or those decorative covers, the goal is the same.
Enhance the look of the room, enhance the function, get rid of the visual noise.
Exactly. Taking control of that wire clutter just makes the whole experience better. You can relax and just enjoy the sound without that nagging visual distraction.
So if you've been dreaming of that perfect tidy setup, hopefully this gives you the push to start planning it out.
Absolutely. And maybe a final thought to leave you with.
Oh, go on.
We focus so much, understandably, on the big, visible things, the speakers, the screen, the amp. But think about how much the unseen elements, like how well you manage those hidden connections, contribute to the overall quality and your enjoyment of the system day in, day out.
Mastering the details, visible and invisible.
That's really what elevates the entire experience, isn't it?
Need top-quality electrical wire? Baboom Baboom's got you covered. Get your 6-pack today. Each combo comes in 6 different colors and a total of 600 feet of wire. Perfect for any project, and you won't find a better price in the industry. Head over to baboombaboom.com now to snag yours. That's baboombaboom.com.